5 to 6 hours a day our students are spending actively on social media. 58% of teens surveyed said that social media has made them feel sad and poorly about themselves. They are pretending to be someone who they are not, which is leading them to disconnect from reality and from their actual goals. What is happening in this country? What is happening to our teenagers? Why are they even sleep deprived? Why are they even depressed and anxious and insecure about themselves? What has happened to their attention span, focus ability and passion? What actually is social media doing to us? What is the impact of it in our life? And what is the solution? Let's find out. Hello everyone, I'm Talha this side. Hope you are good and doing very well. This is going to be an eye-opening video for every teenagers, students and whoever who is spending their countless hours on social media in scrolling and doing stupid things all the time. We will first start from the origin of the social media world. How the thing which has become the part of our life came into existence. How it all began. It all began with the intention to create a website that could connect people around the university. And that's how the Facebook started in the year 2004 as the facebook.com. And then in 2012 it went public and then it acquired Instagram. Everything went well until they figured out how they can make money through their platform when they launched their own ad platform in the year 2007, which is still today their main source of income. Earlier it was used just for connecting new people, messaging and for entertainment. But since when its ad platform launched, they became damn serious about how they can keep their users stuck to it. And today, unfortunately, it has almost 2.9 billion active monthly users. And still it was all okay until TikTok arrived, which changed the whole scenario of social media world, whose impact was so large that even Facebook, Insta and even YouTube had to change their algorithm and shift to short form content. And when the short form video platforms were not there, people still found that boring and stopped using them after using for a long time. But when that short form thing arrived, people literally failed to stop it and give up. And the one who has failed the most and got influenced by its impact the most are our teenagers, who is spending their 5 to 6 hours of a day in scrolling those stupid shits. We wake up, pick our phones and then we start scrolling. And for the next hour, we keep checking it, going through memes, sharing stories until we start feeling insecure about ourselves, seeing others succeeding on social media. And that's how it has become a part of our daily life. We now today can't even imagine a day without checking and scrolling over social media. We go somewhere, we scroll, we arrived somewhere, then scroll, we sit on the table to study and scroll, and after completing even the lecture, then also we scroll. Just like breathing, it has taken place in our daily life. And for most of them, choosing it is a simple reason. Our brains crave for distraction, and that distraction is getting fulfilled by scrolling. Every time we scroll, it gives us a new vibe. Every scrolling gives us a spike, and then it just goes on. And most of us are just procrastinating while scrolling. I mentioned earlier that everything was still okay until they launched their ads platform, because before that they didn't have any reason to keep us hooked. But soon after they launched their ads platform, they needed to attract more businesses who can run ads on their platform. And to do that, they started building a strong user base. And for that, you can see they are now working their ass off to keep us hooked, to keep us engaged as much as possible on their social media platforms. And this is the reason our teenagers, who mostly get addicted very easily and get influenced very easily, are addicted to social media platforms and scrolling. Social media is just free because there we are the product. We are selling a lot of things apart from money to them. I wanted to make this video for a long time. There was a day when I also spent a lot of my time just scrolling stupid shit, and there was not a single time I felt good after closing the app. It just sucks. While you will be scrolling, it will let you forget all your worries and all your issues. But the time when you will stop using it or close the app, everything will just fall onto you. And the irony is that no one is giving a fuck about why they are even scrolling, why they are even scrolling mindlessly all the time, how much those useless content are impacting on their mental health and wasting their time. No one is giving a fuck about that. The first impact I see in general is the sense of insecurity our teenagers are getting after using social media a lot. See, it is made to glamorize things. Everything we see on the internet are just very planned, very adjusted and very beautified. Even the video you are watching right now, which is very clean, let me show you how it actually gets done. There you will be seeing only the bright sides and you are not getting what is happening in the backstage. Every 3 out of 4 teenagers are just today insecure about their life. And it is not a unique phenomenon, it is a very common thing for that age. But what is making them even more anxious, more depressed and more stressed is after watching continuously that a 16-year-old kid became millionaire. A 20-year-old is making more money than a 24-year-old or a 26-year-old guy. I know it is possible. And I know it may be possible that a 16-year-old kid became millionaire. Not everything present there is fake. But the thing is the sense of insecurity that you are developing within yourself. Maybe you would have some other priorities which are going to take longer time than them to succeed. Or maybe you have chosen some other path which is totally different from them. So it is a thing to understand. But the thing is you are getting the sense of insecurity within yourself, which is because usage of social media a lot. Because it may be possible that you have something they are lacking. You have achieved something that they can't even imagine. Today we are becoming insecure about having less followers than others, about getting less likes on our recent post, getting less attention from the opposite gender, or not having a partner to show off on stories. And when you will have a look at the bigger picture, then you will realize that they were just the silliest things you were insecure for. And now the next thing is getting the wrong people in your life. I know you are all just craving for some opposite gender's energy around you. And your heart is just wanting it. So to fulfill that want or craving or whatever, you see social media as a very easy tool. You get someone somehow and then something happens between both of you, and then after a little span of time you realize that it is not working, and then you become Kabir Singh, although the Kabir Singh was still a genius and most of us are not. And then your broken wala phase just start. There are only two things happen. Either you are wanting someone and you are not getting, or someone just kaat ke chala gaya or chali gayi for any reason. And then at a very young age you take a burden of very weighted pain on your shoulders that you were not supposed to, and you just forget all the real issues of your life which should have been given more care. And the third thing is the disease of endless scrolling. The main thing about social media, we keep scrolling through it. Every next scroll is just giving a sense of satisfaction, and why not? That's what it is made for, and that's how it is designed to attract more businesses to run ads. They are building a very strong user base and literally they are working their ass off to do that. However, in between all of this, we are the one who are grinding. For me, the infinite scroll is the worst thing that has happened to us in a long time. The world had never seen like that. You can keep scrolling all your day and it just never ends. What the fuck? It never stops. It has no boundaries. It has no limitations. Those platforms never disappoint them and fails to give them more. This is the reason our teenagers are addicted to it. And it is leading them to some of the biggest issues in our lives, like less attention span, feeling demotivated on boring and uninterested tasks, and sleep deprivation. The teenager who is spending their time on social media, most of the time they just spend in scrolling over cringy reels. And any reel or any content which fails to keep them hooked for the 3 seconds, they just scroll down. They are failing to watch even a 30-second or a 60-second simple reel. That is the issue. Our attention span has become less than even the least. How would it be possible for that person to spend hours on boring studies or on lectures, or if they will start working on any side hustle, which requires a lot of determination, hard work and effort. And whoever is having issues with attention span, is having issues in concentrating on studies, focusing on any task or doing anything correctly. You can just imagine that how our life would be if we are failing to concentrate on the very important task which is boring, which is not giving dopamine spike in short term. Before going to sleep, the last thing we do is check our phone, scroll down. After waking up, the first thing we do is scroll. That endless scrolling has just taken part of our life. And for some people, it is their life. The next problem our social media has is that after consuming a lot of content, our own creativity is receding. We are failing to figure out something for ourselves. We are failing to do something of our own, build something new, because we are just busy in consuming so much that our own creativity is not getting any time to get out. Creating something of our own or creating something new requires a lot of patience. Like whenever I need to write my book or whenever I write for my content, I require a lot of focus, and I require a lot of peace and a very undistracted time, so that I can just focus on my own thoughts and just listen to myself. And that control our social media is snatching from us. And for most of the people, I think that they are not using it, they are just getting used by it. And what we can do, it is business, and the one who is doing it is doing very perfectly. They are not disappointing it in any way. It is only us who are becoming the product of them. We can just stop scrolling. We can just limiting our time to scroll and just focusing the type of content we are consuming. That's how the simple solution is to controlling the impact of social media in our life. That's how simple it is. But we are not even thinking that why we are scrolling, because that is the one thing, that is the first thing that should come in our mind. Then after, we can only get back our control from the social media. I have seen a lot of us saying that log that app or ask your friend to add the password and don't let them tell you. But for me, it is of no use. If you are not able to control yourself, then it is just waste. So instead of focusing on anything, just focus to get back the control of your life. Set the right priorities, make some good goals, so that you will not be taking time to just scroll or check stupid stories. And at last, scroll mindfully. If you are scrolling over good things, good content, then it will be helping you to grow, to achieve your goals. And that's how you need to set your feed wherever you are scrolling. There are platforms like Medium or better channels on YouTube which you can subscribe, which you can consume from, so that it will help you grow and inspire. So enough for now. I will catch you up in the next one. Hopefully you found it helpful, and if you did, then please share with someone who needs to hear this. Till then, keep exploring, and bye bye.